Morning, everybody. This is Tonetta, your relationship coach, your truth, and also your bedroom candy, consultant. And I want to welcome y'all to this video. I'm talking about the age gap relationships this morning. The reason why I'm talking about this is I know everybody's been talking about it, of course, on the morning, on the Breakfast Club and on the radio, different places, about Lionel Richie and his new girlfriend Lisa. Of course, she's 40 years young, but he's 71 and she's 30. And of course, they were talking about the age gap, and of course, I was cracking up laughing too because they're, of course, making fun of it. But of course, just saying just talking about how different things can, of course, occur inside the relationship. Of course, if they're going to be long term, if they're going to, of course, move on to marriage, we have no idea at this time. They're just dating as far as we know. But like I said, they were definitely, of course, poking fun at that kind of thing. Is talking about him being in diapers soon and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, yes, it definitely was funny to me because I'm really silly anyway. But when you, of course, think about these kind of things and think about age gaps and relationships and dating and stuff like that, of course, it can, of course, be funny and it cannot be funny. It just depends on what kind of person you are. But like I said, definitely different with dealing with age gaps and things like that. It definitely makes you think about a lot of things that they may face, I guess I put it that way, in that relationship. So I guess they're actually 41 years separate, I guess I put it that way, in that relationship. Like I said, she's 30 and he's 71. So like I said, I know I haven't heard of a relationship with someone with that big of an age gap. I have heard 10, 15. I was in a relationship. It didn't last long, maybe a few months or so at the most. I think I was 8, 9 years older, close to 10, I think. I forgot the ages, I don't know, but between 8 and 10 years, I was older than he was, I put it that way. But like I said, I've known others who, of course, have age gaps like that as well. But there's always things that we have to consider when we're, of course, dating somebody that's younger than us, somebody that's 10, 15, 20, well, I can't really say 10. I would say at least 15 to 20 years younger, that kind of thing. And it just depends on the years that they're in. So if you're 20 years old, you're dating somebody that's 45 or 35 or that kind of thing, there's definitely going to be some differences. And I definitely want to bring some of those differences to you all this morning, just in case you all are thinking about dating, of course, somebody who's a lot older or a lot younger than you are, so that you can think about these things. Not saying that you have to halt your relationship. No, I'm not saying that at all. Definitely more power to you if that's what you decide to do. But just make sure, as I always say, that you're getting into the relationship for whatever holistic reasons you want to get into a relationship for, whether it's you love this person or you want to spend your life with this person, you all are soulmates or whatever it is, not just because you, like I want to mention some of these things on this list, but like I said, just make sure that you are getting into the relationships for the right reasons, I guess I put it that way, and not because you want somebody to, of course, still take care of you like your mommy, your daddy, you have daddy issues, that kind of thing. And that's actually the first thing on my list, the mommy daddy issues. I know that there are some, of course, who are a lot younger, dating older people who are expecting those older folks to be, of course, a mother figure, a father figure, that kind of thing for them. Like I said, that's definitely something that you all have to think about when you're getting into relationships. But there is a big age gap. Like I said, for Lionel and his Lisa, they're 41 years, but like I said, I know others who are 20, 15. I was in a relationship that was about 8, 10. I was 8 to 10 years older than he was. That kind of thing. Like I said, I had to think about that as well. Whether that was something that he was looking for a mom or she was looking for a mom, that kind of thing, in that particular person that they were looking to date. And of course, if that's you, make sure that you work on those issues before you even get into that relationship. You cannot expect anybody else, whether they're older or not, to be somebody who completes you, I guess I put it that way. If you're dealing with issues, that kind of thing, no matter what your age is, make sure that you know that you're going into this relationship to be a compliment and not anything that's going to complete you, because no relationship is going to complete you the way that you want. I guess I put it that way. Nobody on this earth is here to complete you. You're here to, I guess, to complete yourself. Just keep that in mind. And like I said, I know we have, well, there are people, like I said, in this world who do have the mommy daddy issues. I've known, of course, older women who date younger men. These younger men, of course, very immature, playing video games all day. Then the older woman's getting upset, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You cannot expect for him to do the same things that you're doing. He's not even on the same level, for one. So like I said, that's definitely something that you all have to think about if you're getting into relationships with somebody who's 15, 20 years older, that kind of thing. Even 10 years, I guess I did say that in the beginning, but even, I guess, 10 years and older, I guess I put it that way. But like I said, that's definitely something that you have to think about. You also have to think about the older partner may have children. And of course, the partner's older, 40s, 50s, that kind of thing, and you're in your 20s or 30s, and they're not even looking to have any more kids, but you want kids, like I said, that's definitely something that you have to consider when you're looking at dating somebody that's older or dating somebody that's younger than you, 10 or more years younger than you or older than you. Like I said, if you're the one who's wanting, of course, to have kids, and you're in your 20s and you're vibrant, ready to go, that kind of thing, and your partner's in their 40s, 50s, on up, that kind of thing, and they're not wanting any more kids because they already have their ready-made family, like I said, that's definitely going to create some issues for you all. So like I said, you definitely have to think about that when you're jumping into relationships with anybody where there's a big age gap. I guess I put it that way. I know I have, being a social worker, I've been a social worker almost 21 years now, actually. And I have seen I guess with the clients that I work with, some of the young ladies, of course, dating men who, they're teenagers, dating men 50, 40, 30, older than me. And I was like, and I was, of course, their case manager. And like I said, a lot of these men, I'm sure some were married. I'm sure that. And like I said, definitely just wanting one thing only, usually sex or just to have a side piece on their arm, that kind of thing. I can't eat, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, for some of them, yes, it was definitely control because they knew that they could control these young girls to do anything that they wanted. I guess I put it that way. Within a certain, for some, it just depends on what was going on. But like I said, they can definitely control these young ladies. And like I said, I've seen that. I can't say that's for everybody's relationship at all. I cannot say that. But like I said, that's definitely something that you have to consider. If the partner that you're getting with is looking to, of course, control you and make you do whatever they're wanting to do because you're younger, they feel that you're naive, they feel that you don't know what you're talking about, and that you don't even know life yet. Like I said, you definitely have to consider those things, of course, when you're looking to date anybody that's at least 10 years or more older than you. Also thinking about your beliefs and values. If you're 20, you're dating somebody that's 40. Of course, you all are going to have different beliefs and values about life and things that you have seen and things that you experienced. Of course, being 20, you haven't experienced a lot of life yet. For those who are 40, yes, we have, I guess, experienced a lot more life than you have. I guess I put it that way. If you're 20 years old, and like I said, that can definitely be. Cause some issues, I guess, in how you all handle things and how you all handle your finances and how you all handle arguments and how you all handle life, period, business, going to work, career, all those kind of things. So definitely make sure that you keep that in mind. And not just with those things, also with religion. I guess if you all have any kind of faith base, anything like that, spirituality, of course, some may be often to religion very heavily, and you're 20 years old, that's nothing that you want to do at this time. Like I said, you definitely have to think about those beliefs and those values and those different things that you all, of course, may share and may not share, and how that may be an issue for you later on down the line. Also thinking about health issues. I know they were cracking up laughing about Lionel Richie and being 71 and his girlfriend being 30 and how she's going to have to take care of him with diapers on. They were just joking and laughing by him sitting by the, I have no idea whether some of you all heard it or not, but it was on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and all them. And like I said, definitely, of course, it was funny at the time, but just thinking about different things, I guess once you get serious, calm down, stop laughing, all that kind of stuff. Health issues, we all know that they can play a part in older, younger, I guess, age gap dynamic relationships. That's something that you'd have to think about. Like I said, if he's 71, she's 30 years old. She's just, of course, beginning her life, starting her life, trying to get out there, still want to have fun, do all these things. Of course, a 71-year-old, I can't speak for Lionel Richie. I don't know him, but I'm assuming that most people who are getting older, I have clients who are 71, 80, that kind of thing. Their life is slowing down, I guess I put it that way. They don't have as much energy, I guess, as a 30-year-old or 20-year-old, that kind of thing. And they're, of course, having different health issues that a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old may not even want to stick around for. I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds mean, but in my mind, I've dealt with, of course, all the whole spectrum from birth to, of course, to death, I guess, as being a social worker. And like I said, definitely seeing all these things go on. We know that younger folks nowadays, it seems like, don't even take their time with their own family, from what I see working at the job that I'm currently at, and trying to, of course, help them with their health issues, do all these things. And when you're dating somebody who's 71 or dating somebody that's 60 and you're 25 or 30, that kind of thing, you have to think about those health issues. Are you going to be strong enough to, of course, if that person starts dialysis tomorrow, or if that person gets tomorrow, if that person starts having urinary issues and they do have to wear diapers or pads or that kind of thing, are you going to be able to stick around for that person, of course, help take care of that person? Yes, that way, especially if you can live your life, when you're 30, you're wanting to go out and have fun, but this person has a backache or don't feel well, that kind of thing, those are things you have to think about. And yes, if you're getting into a relationship with somebody who's older, 20, 30 years, that kind of thing, that can present an issue. Like I said, definitely keep that in mind. And when we're dealing with men, we all know that, of course, not every man is impotent. We all know that, but that does come into play when you're having health issues as well. Some medications, of course, create impotence and that kind of thing. And somebody that's 50, 60, 70 years old and dating somebody that's way a lot younger, if you're looking to have sex all the time, you have a high sex drive and that kind of thing, but your partner is older and they don't, that is going to definitely create some issues for you all in your relationships. So like I said, that's definitely something that you all would definitely want to keep in mind. I know I talked about the energy levels because, like I said, I know older people, I cannot speak for Lionel or anybody else that's older, but the ones I work with, a lot of their energy levels are not high, and they're not ready to go hiking and jump off the planes and do skydiving and do all these things that a younger person may want to do. So like I said, if you're looking for somebody more along those, I guess, those lines, you may have to consider somebody who's younger. I mean, for whatever reason, I guess I put it that way. Like I said, that's definitely something that you have to think about when you're dating somebody. Like I said, with the 10 year or more gap inside of your ages and that kind of thing, like I said, this definitely will come into play for you all. And also, I know I was looking at something else yesterday as well. One of the videos, I forget which video it was somewhere on YouTube. Oh, and thank you, Andrea, for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And you said, I understand some of those issues. You're 15 years older than your husband. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know some of these issues. Like I said, they will definitely come up if you're experiencing somebody who's 10 years or more in your relationship. I mean, the age gap is 10 years or more. Like I said, it's definitely something that you all can I guess, have to consider. It's not going to be a make or break unless that's something that, of course, the sex is, you just want to have sex and your partner doesn't, that kind of thing. You want to just say, no, I can't do this. Then, of course, that's a deal breaker for you. But, of course, a lot of these things that I'm talking about are things that people can, of course, work on, talk about, discuss, figure out how they're going to work through these things, especially if they're looking to, of course, be together, to marry, their soulmates, that kind of thing, and they want to stay together. Like I said, definitely go ahead and work through these things. There is nothing saying that you cannot work through these issues, but just keep in mind that there may be issues for you if you're looking to, I guess, do something different within your relationship. I guess I put it that way. That's why I said in the beginning that if you're dating somebody that's older than, I guess, have a 10-year age gap, make sure that you're getting into that relationship for the right reasons, not just because this person may have more money than you. You want a house, they got a house, or they got a car, or that, because I've seen that kind of thing. I guess sugar daddies, sugar mamas, whatever you want to call it, or if it's just for sex or that kind of thing as well. Just make sure that you're getting into the relationship not to have this person be your mama, your daddy, that kind of thing as well, but that you're getting into it for the right reasons. And like I said, if you're getting into it for the right reasons and these things come up, definitely make sure that you all are working through these things. I'm sure Andrea and her husband have worked, like she said, she understands some of these issues as well. And I'm sure that they've worked through these things as well. So like I said, it's definitely possible. My aunt is, I think they have, it's almost 20 years in their age gap as well. My aunt, she's 60 something, 70, that kind of thing. He's older. Actually, it's not 20. I think it's about 12 to 15 years they have. It's like an age gap. So like I said, it definitely can work. I know that I have seen that, but like I said, definitely all the things that I mentioned, and make sure that you all are thinking about those things. If you haven't gotten into the relationship already, but if you have, definitely these are some things that you all can, of course, communicate about and definitely work out. And I know one of the ones that I know I saw a video yesterday, this young lady was talking about, I don't know how old she looked like. I don't think she was actually 20 yet, but this particular guy was like almost 45, 46, I think. So it was a huge age gap. And she was talking about how she lied to her family about his age, and actually how she lied to him about her age as well with a fake ID, but saying that she was 21. But like I said, definitely you have to make sure that you know that your family and friends, that kind of thing, whoever's close to you, may have an issue with the age gap if it's 10 or more years, that kind of thing. And no, this is not to say stop your relationship. I could care less about whatever my family friends think about the relationship, I guess, the person I'm dating, but just keep that in mind, that you may have folks that may, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, all these kind of things. Like I said, you can listen if you want, but if this is a person that you're looking to stay with and be with, those people shouldn't, I guess, whatever they're saying, the gossiping, all that kind of stuff, yes, it's going to hurt. But like I said, definitely you don't have to listen to anything that they're saying. Keep being in your relationship, especially if that's the person that you love. At some point, they may come around. At some point, they may not. Then that's their loss, is how I look at it. But just keep in mind that I know I've talked to a lot of young ladies, young guys who are dating older people, and they're of course having issues trying to figure out how they're going to tell their mom and dad and family and that kind of thing, because they're scared that they're going to shun them or talk about them or say they shouldn't date this person. Like I said, I'm sure your family's going to say that, if you guys just keep that in mind. But like I said, if this is the person that you love, definitely stick with it and definitely go for what you know. I guess I put it that way. And don't allow anybody else's beliefs or values or whatever they think you should be doing hold you back from doing what you need to be doing in your own life. I guess I put it that way. And the last one I'm going to talk about is finances and stability. I know dealing with a lot, like I said, the young ladies that I've dealt with in the programs I was in for the past 20 plus years. And like I said, a lot of them, of course, were, younger, or a lot younger, of course, than the guys that they were dating. But like I said, definitely something to think about is finances and stability. When you're dating somebody that's 10, 15, 20, 30 years younger, you cannot expect them to be on the same page as you as far as your career, what you're making in your business, what you're making at work, that kind of thing. They're just, it's in some arenas, 20, 18 years old, that kind of thing. They're 25, 30. They're just trying to get their life started and trying to figure out what they want to do. A lot of times, of course, yes, I'm sure they're working. Well, for a lot of them should be working, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, you just can't expect for them to be bringing in the same kind of income, the same type of stability, I guess, that you're bringing as well. They're still, of course, trying to grow. They're still trying to mature, that kind of thing as well. So like I said, definitely keep that in mind. No, I'm sure everybody's not a gold digger or anything like that at all, but just keep in mind that you can't expect, if you're 45, this person is 21, that they already have a career, they already making more money than you want to complain about they can't pay this bill, that bill, because they don't have enough money. Just keep in mind that that's going to be an issue. The finances will be an issue, but just keep in mind that you all will have to work through that. Like I said, you can't expect for them to have, if they're younger, 20s, that kind of thing, to have all the same stability, economic, I guess, stability that you have. Like I said, yes, if it comes down to they're paying some of the utilities and you're paying the rest of the bills, or however you all want to do it in your household, just as long as they're taking some type of responsibility for, of course, where they stay, where they lay their head, that kind of thing, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But I know there are people out there who, of course, it may be an issue for. And like I said, definitely if that's an issue for you, that your partner that's 20 years younger than you, 20 and you're 40 or whatever it is not making enough money, or want to play video games all day, or want to talk to their friends a lot, that kind of thing, and instead of going to work or whatever it is, like I said, just keep in mind that they're not where you are. And like I said, if that's a big issue for you or big non-negotiable for you, that's something that you have to think about when you're getting into relationships with those who are younger. And those who are older, I guess I put it that way as well. Some older folks, of course, expect for you to have everything in order. You should already know this. You should already know these things. And like I said, people who are younger, 20s and things like that, are still trying to mature, still trying to go on their own as well. And they don't know all the life lessons that you know. So like I said, keep that in mind. They don't have all that stability that you may have, as far as already have been married, or already had a home that you've already bought, that kind of thing. They're probably living in an apartment trying to make do with what they have. Like I said, you definitely have to keep that in mind. I know for some it can be an issue, but if you're looking to be together, to grow together, and to, of course, create this life together, that shouldn't be that much of an issue. But like I said, if it comes up, definitely make sure that you are talking about these things. And like I said, that was one of the main things that I saw yesterday. They were talking about in the video with Lionel Richie and Lisa, and how she's going to be a gold digger and want all these diamonds and trying to get life insurance policies and all these kind of things. Like I said, I know they were of course poking fun at that, because they have a 41 year gap in their age in this particular relationship. But like I said, definitely keep that in mind. I guess if you're, of course, like in a relationship where the person's older, the person's younger, like I said, all these things may come up. But like I would just let know, and those on this video as well, if you're, of course, in this kind of relationship, because I've been in this relationship myself. Like I said, I was I'm trying to think how old I was. I don't even know the ages, actually. I would just say 10 years older than he was. I have no idea what the year was or how old I was at the time. But like I said, definitely these things came up in our relationship as well. Even though it was just like 2 or 3 months, it wasn't even long, I put it that way. And we're still friends, of course, support system to this day. I still checks on me, that kind of thing as well. I was there when his daughter was born, all kind of things. So like I said, we're definitely a good support system. I said definitely thinking about some of those things, as far as any mommy daddy issues, finances, different value and beliefs and that kind of thing. Like I said, these are definitely things that you can, of course, work through. And of course, if you're looking for somebody to assist you in working through these things, of course, as a coach and a social worker, I'm here as well, that you can definitely reach out to me and I can definitely assist you all along the way. But like I said, definitely just because somebody's older or somebody's younger and you all want to get together, have a relationship, create a life together, definitely go ahead and do that, especially if that's what your mind is set on. There's no reason why you cannot. Even though Lisa and Lionel, there are 41 years difference. Like I said, love is love. If that's who they love, that's who she loves, that's who he loves, and that's who they gel well together with, make sure that you go ahead and do that regardless of what the media has to say about them or regardless of what your family or your friends or whoever, your coworkers or whoever it is, has to say. Like I said, if you're looking to build your life with this person, go ahead and do so. Just make sure that you're getting into it for the right reasons and not for person to in any kind of way. And like I said, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. And Andrea, thank you for tuning in as well. Somebody else was on here. I didn't see their name, but whoever you are, thank you as well for tuning in and listening to this video this morning. I hope that if you're looking into getting into a relationship with somebody who is at least 10 years younger or older than you, that you think about some of these things and have these conversations with that potential partner. Like I said, these are definitely some things that you can work through, not unless you're saying that this is a non-negotiable. You don't care about the finances. We want this person to have $15,000 a month or whatever it is like you have. Like I said, if that's definitely a non-negotiable for you, then just don't do it. But if it's something that you all can work through, go ahead and do that, y'all. So, and definitely live your life and love who you love. So with that, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm Tonetta, your relationship coach here at Speak Your Truth, and also your bedroom candy representative, and consultant. So I want to say thank you all for tuning in, and everybody definitely have a great day. Take care, y'all.